What's up everyone, and welcome to a Call of Duty Black Ops 3 gameplay video. I said in my channel update last week that I was going to start recording some games in theater mode and upload them so I can talk about different topics, whether it be related to Call of Duty or just general things. This specific video is going to be about Call of Duty. So this was the last game I played before I prestiged. That's why I chose this game first. I'm probably going to show them in order of when they are chronologically so you can see what kind of different things I'm using at different points. I believe there's about 9 to 10 games in my first prestige after, not after this, but once I actually prestige. This game was before I even prestiged the first time. I am using the Razorback, which is a gun that I actually permanently unlocked with my prestige token. I don't know what attachments I'm actually using. It looks like a suppressor and maybe fast mags, maybe not, I don't know, grip probably, but anyway, that is pretty much my setup now, except for I use rapid fire as my final. I use suppressor, extended mag, and rapid fire now currently, as I have just recently prestiged to get to prestige 2. Just in advance of the DLC. I'm also using a different score streak setup than I currently am. That is, just recently changed, so you see that in quite a few videos. So my preferred setup with the Razorback, as I already said, is a sight. I prefer the BOA. The reflex sight isn't bad, but I like the BOA because it shows you whether teammates are in your way. It'll actually help you find certain enemies that you might not see on the map that you would have a better chance at killing, which is kind of what Marksman perk was in Modern Warfare 3, if you remember that at all. This is kind of the same thing. Is that the BOA sight. You're not seeing it right now because I don't have it on this gun, but if you are unfamiliar with it, it is the, I believe, 4th sight you unlock. It's one of 3 sights that isn't a special sight like a recon or a thermal. There's the reflex, there's the BOA, and then there's the last one, which the name escapes me right now. As you see, I just died for the first time. I was flawless up to that point, and it was funny because in the game before this, which for some reason my theater did not retain because it only holds your last 100 games, the game before this was a game where I got really close to being able to prestige. I went 26-0 on this same map because, if you are unaware, once you get on this map, you're pretty much playing on this map for several matches, which is something I don't mind. I enjoy this map. It's one of the few well-liked maps that is also good, so there's that. So I like to, back to my Razorback class setup, I like to have a sight of some sort, suppressor or grip. You could really go back and forth on this. Now, this gun has very good stability for a submachine gun. It's almost like an assault rifle. My best comp would be it's almost like the Peacekeeper in Black Ops 2. It's got assault rifle abilities with SMG handling, so it reloads very fast and you can move rather quickly while you have the gun in your hands. I prefer to have a suppressor over a grip because I don't think the recoil is that bad, and the suppressor does take a little bit of range off of it, but the gun fires very nicely, and there is little to no recoil, on top of the fact that there's very little recoil to begin with. And I like to have an extended mag. The reason for this is because 30 bullets, even with this gun, you're going to get into a lot of situations in this game with the way the movement system is on certain maps, like this one, where you're going to run into groups of enemies at one time. You're going to see anywhere from 2 to 3 enemies as you enter certain buildings or certain areas of the map. And I like to have 42 because that's what the extended mag gives you. I like to have the 42 bullets because it leaves you a little bit more prepared. Now, with other SMGs, this is a lot more prevalent. This is not necessarily something that I would recommend if you're in a pinch for something else. I would recommend, if you're not going to use, if you don't want to use the suppressor or the rapid fire. I said I haven't gotten to that yet. Excuse me. I also like to use rapid fire. That would be my 3rd attachment because primary gunfighter is pretty much a must in this game. Now, the way I've been setting up classes lately, I've been shooting down score streaks with rocket launchers. I don't think I'm doing that here quite yet. I'm still trying out EMPs, which are really bad. So, like, one EMP won't destroy stuff like it used to. Like, in Black Ops 2, if you threw one EMP, it did really good at blinding, which it doesn't anymore. That was something I could take or leave, honestly. I liked having it to destroy equipment like Guardians because you get so many Guardians in care packages this year. And sentry guns I like having it for, but now you need 2 to destroy either of those things. And it really kind of defeats the purpose for me. I'd much rather carry a rocket launcher and shoot down UAVs and stuff, because that gives you quite a bit of points. And with the double XP weekend being this last weekend, it was really how I went from about level 20 to being almost able to prestige. I played a few games. I'm planning on playing a few games before the DLC drops so that I can level up a little bit after prestiging. So that pretty much does it for the Razorback discussion. Yeah, rapid fire. And then also on this class, I'm going to carry an XM53 with the perks Flak Jacket, Anti-Up, and Engineer. Anti-Up because currently I'm using a setup of UAV, counter UAV, and care package. I believe care package is in the middle of that. And if you don't use Anti-Up, I was using Fast Hands at this time because I didn't realize that it actually... they changed it from Black Ops 2, and I didn't realize that it was a different perk. I use it a lot in Black Ops 2, and it really doesn't do as much as it did then, I don't believe, now that I've realized this. But I would recommend Anti-Up because if you're a person who really wants to get score streaks, it knocks 100 points off of your need, and it basically makes a UAV will go from needing 5 kills to 4. I still think that's a little ridiculous that you need 4 kills to get a UAV, because that's never how it's been. It's always been 3. Well, 5. I'm sorry. It's always been 3, so now it's 5. And in Black Ops 2 with Hardline, or Black Ops 1 with Hardline, excuse me, it was 3, and it was 2 with Hardline. So it does make sense to me, I guess, because the scoring is a little bit different. But again, it's really just kind of a stupid thing that I have a little bit of a gripe with as a longtime Call of Duty player. Ever since they had Hardline in Modern Warfare 2, it's just been 2 kills will get you a UAV, and then Modern Warfare 3 screwed up the entire system. Here I almost killed myself with C4. I was experimenting with it because I was told by Taylor, who you guys know from past Call of Duty videos, that they changed C4 this year so that it's really retarded, and I had to try it out because I'm a longtime C4 buff. In any game where it's equipped as a primary lethal and not as equipment, aka Black Ops 1, I have been a heavy user of C4. But that is going to change this year. It's really bad. It is not even really usable anymore because the way the movement system is. And the armed thing is stupid because if you arm C4, you still have to set it off whenever your alarm goes off, which is really, really dumb in my opinion. So that's kind of where that is. So as you can see right here, there's actually going to be a good example of it. Yeah, alarm right there. So this is an older gameplay, so the point of the series is you're going to see how I evolve over time through my first prestige, because this is basically, I played like this with this exact setup pretty much, besides except that for C4 I had a lethal grenade for the most of the early part. This was pretty much my setup. I didn't do anything with rocket launchers. I pretty much just carried a gun with attachments, EMPs, and that was my score streak setup. So that's going to do it. That was my first game, and hopefully there will be more coming out soon. I want to do this on any day that I don't do sports videos, so hopefully that'll be quite a bit. So thank you guys for watching, and hope you enjoyed this first episode of Average COD Player. See you later.